So now if we select any of these, we can see the mark and the identity data, and here it is. So now I'll do one part of this as an example for you, and then you can progress yourselves. For example, we have C1 here. They've done a cut here that goes from the first floor all the way to the highest one. And we can also see the section of each floor and each part here as well. So let me go back up the level that's minus 2.1. So C1 is going to be here. And if I actually select it, you can see the name in the type section. Although I've added this myself, and I should also give you another important point here. In order to demonstrate this, let's go to the site plan. Here I'll hit on edit for view range, and then let's see what we have here. All the offsets are on 100, which is fine. So I'll just hit OK for now. Let's see, put this on fine, and then show this. Now this may take some time, so I'll just say the point now. In cases where you are not actually using the Sophistic plugin, for example, you may have the 2021 version of the Revit file and the Sophistic plugin isn't installed on that. If you want to do the numbering, then let me just zoom in on this. So what can we do in these cases? So the default setting of the Revit file is that you have to assign them partitions. For example, this is the C1 column. So I can go here and select this bit. Alright, and then up here from the tools, select the filter, hit check none, and just check the structural rebar and hit OK. And now let's see how long it takes to load up the command. Alright, it seems like it may not have understood the command clearly, so we'll go here once again and select this bit. There we go. And then after that, let me just select this again so that it shows the arch as well, because the arch previously wasn't in the selecting rectangle and we hadn't selected that. So now I'll select the filter tool, check none except for the structural rebar, and it says we have 154 of these. In the rebars themselves, we have a parameter named partition. In this section, you have to specify what type is this. For example, column. This is C1. And after you've done that, you'll hit apply. And this is a way of organizing and differentiating your elements, which you can do level by level, and it can be extremely helpful to you. You can also do the same for the beams as well, which may take some more time than this, but the technique that we've used using the Sophistic plugin is much easier and much quicker. So now if I go to the structure tab, here we have a tool called reinforcement numbers, which we can select. And then here in this list, we have the elements based on the partitions and the partitions that we have assigned. For example, here we have the C1, and this technique can also be useful in the estimates in order to see how many, for example, C1 columns have been used in this level or in the plan total. But if you're using the plugin, you don't need to do this because it's actually quite advanced. So now we want to fix up the detailing of this just like the other CAD file. I'll go up here and then select the section tool and put this under the detail type, and then I'll make a cut right over here. For example, a cut like this, vertical that goes from here to here. Let's just cancel this for now and select the section tool again. Here we have detail and the cut goes here, and there we go. So now I can select the cut line, and then over here under the graphics tab, you see we have an option that says hide at scales. We don't actually need to see this in the plan, So I can put this option on 1/20th and it hides it after we've zoomed in and put the scaling on 1/20th and anything higher. So I'll go over to the detail views and rename this section to section C-1, which means the C1 column. So we'll select it here and pull it up here. Alright, and then from the bottom grab this and extend it as well. Let's just adjust it. Alright, and then just pull it up as well so it shows all of it in detail. And alright, so after that I'll put the scaling on 1/50th, and after that's done we'll go over to the Sophistic plugin, select the visibility option and hit OK to put this on solid. So now, as you know, our target is the columns, so I'll hide all of the other elements that are not necessary and we don't need to see in this stage. So I'll select this and go over here to the far clip offset and put that on 0.2 of a meter. And after that's done, we can go over here and put this on fine. Alright, and then we can put it on wireframe as well. So after we've done that, we'll go over here to the foundation and select the rebars that we have here. I'll right click on one of these rebars and click on the option that says select all rebar in host. And now after it's done selecting all of the rebars in our host here, I'll right click on this and from hide in view I'll select elements. Alright, we have some more over here, so I'll right click on this as well, and this time select the host for this one, and if its host is the foundation it should be selected by now. Let's see if it is. Alright, so now right click here and hide in view, select elements. After we've done that, let's just go higher up a bit and let's see what we have here. Alright, zoom out and I'll increase the space of this to see it a bit more clearly. Alright, now zoom in and right click on this part and click on the select all of the rebars in host, and then after that right click and hide the elements. So we'll do the same for this one as well. Select all rebars in the host and then hide. This is a process that you have to do patiently. So you can do all of the rebars in all of the other areas as well. Alright, so now as you know, this has a cut itself. We have a cut in each section of this. I'll go over here and select the section and once again, this time it's under detail. And then I'll make a horizontal cut right over here. There we go, and now we'll just have to wait to see if it does the command. Alright, then after that I'll reduce the offset of this. For example, let's go with 0.1, change it to 0.05, and I'll name the new cut section 3. So type in section -3 here. And you should also know that I'm doing this based on what we have in the detailing of the AutoCAD file right here. So now I'll select this section itself and then hit edit type, and here we can see the section tag that it's using. So I'll select and copy this and then hit OK, and then I'll go over here to the families, right click and search in here, and then paste the tag. Then we'll have to delete some of the naming of the tag until the next button gets activated. So now it's here. Close this and right click on this one and hit edit. Now we'll be entering the families. Now we can go over to the view tab and open up the visibility graphics menu. Then go to the Annotate tab and uncheck the reference planes. So this is the area where the section tab goes, and